Alright, so I'm going to be switching it up again. I am doing a sewing tutorial today. I wanted to make one to help people out. I taught myself how to sew, and what did it for me was actual videos, you know, like the step by step, watching it. So I'm hoping that this can help somebody out there. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Alright, so first things first, we're going to cut out our pattern. What I have here is 4.5 inches wide and 5 inches in length. Now remember, you can change the sizes depending on if it's for a newborn, you know, it could be 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months. That's the beauty of custom stuff. Here I have the outer lining and then the inner lining. So I cut out 4 of each. So I have 4 of the outer lining and then 4 of the inner lining, and that right there will make a pair. The outer and the inner for each one. Alright, so we're starting with the outer lining first, so I put aside all of the inner lining to clear up any confusion. So now what we're going to do is grab 2 and put them right sides together. So they should be facing each other as shown here. Each one of these will be 1 mitten. So we're just going to go ahead and do that for each one. Notice that they're all right sides together. Alright, so now that we got that all situated, it's time to start sewing. So what I'm doing here is just sewing from one corner all the way around to the other side of the corner, leaving the bottom open, the straight line, leaving that part open. Here's the example. We went all the way around the mitten, leaving the bottom half open. Alright, so now that we've sewn the outer lining, now it's time to sew the inner lining. So we're just going to do the same thing again, pair them up and put them right sides facing together. Okay, so sewing the inner lining is going to be a little bit different. We're going to start from one corner, go around the mitten, and once we get to about, I would say 2 inches from the bottom, we're going to stop. This doesn't look like 2 inches from the bottom, but I'm telling you, do 2 inches from the bottom, maybe even bigger. I did my pocket way too small. This is going to be the pocket to flip everything the right way. So this example is kind of a bad example here. You're going to need a way bigger space than what I did. But you see, I stopped a certain amount from the bottom and then continued on, leaving that little space. Again, it's very important to make this space a little bit bigger. This was my first time making it, so I went ahead and did all of my inner lining just like that. I had to get my seam ripper and make that little space a little bit bigger, so don't make the same mistake I did. Okay, so now we have sewn our outer lining and the inner lining. What we're going to do is get the outer lining and flip that the right way. And you're going to put it inside the inner lining, like so. Might be kind of a tight squeeze, but you'll get it. See? So it's still right sides facing together, but now you have the outer lining inside the inner lining. Very confusing, I know. And there's a little pocket that I was telling you about. That's the hole you're going to need to make everything the right side. Just reminding you again that both sides are right facing together. So what we're going to do is sew all the way around the mitten. A full circle, just sew it around. Here you'll see where I had the trouble. Look at that tiny little hole. And my fingers are really small as it is, and I was struggling to get that through. Look at that. So that's why I was telling you in the beginning to make sure that the hole is bigger. I still got it, but man, it was so hard. Yay, see? Flip it inside out, so now you have the outer lining, and then you have the inner lining. Ta-da! My spirit fingers. So just go ahead and tuck that in, and look at that. Already starting to be a little mitten. For this step, I used my sewing machine to match up or just to line up the edges. But what you're going to do is basically make a pocket around for your elastic to go through. See, so you're just going to go all the way around. And we're almost there. After doing the tutorial, I realized that I didn't show how I put the elastic through. So here are a few pictures to show you how I did that. I used rayon elastic that was about 3/8 of an inch wide, and I cut it to about 4 inches in length. Alright, so flip them over and they're reversible. Here's a little hole that we use to put everything the right way, and what I'm going to do here is just put an invisible stitch so you won't be able to see the stitching. Since I'm only 33 weeks pregnant, I haven't had a chance to try them on her yet, but I hope they fit her. I love them so much and can't wait to try them on her. Alright, I just got done recording the video, and that was harder than I thought. I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.